Alright, so we're going to look at a procedure which we've done on our smart yoga workshops, and I promised to record for some of you. So this is a procedure which was developed by Jondo Masuero, and it's a procedure that's going to work with freeing or opening or expanding through the whole shoulder girdle. It's going to work with that tendency that we may have to be pulling the shoulders up, pulling the shoulders back and down. And as we're working with this, we've got to make sure that we're coming back to our central coordinations we've looked at in the workshops. So to start with, we're going to have a stick. So the stick is 60 centimeters. You could do 60, 80 centimeters. And I'm going to be placing the stick on my thigh, and I'm holding the stick now fairly low down. We call that the hilt, and we call that the tip of the stick. And from here then, I'm going to begin to do a little rotation of the stick, and obviously the whole hand, the whole arm. And as I'm doing this, I'm really thinking of that direction to the elbow. The elbow is going forward, the elbow is going down. Okay, and then as I reverse this movement, I'm keeping this elbow forward and down. You could even put a hand here or a finger here as we're doing that, and that as I bring this back onto my thigh, then I'm keeping the elbow forward, down, which then begins to take this whole shoulder girdle and arm in a possibly better direction. So let's just look for a moment at what we don't want with this. So the thing we don't want, I don't want to begin by lifting the elbow. You see as I do this, I lift the elbow, I lift this whole shoulder to do that movement. So I don't want to be doing that as I bring the stick to point to the ground. And as I reverse that movement, I don't want to be lifting up from the elbow here, that I rotate so my hand is rotating around, and as I bring this closer in to place on the knee, I just make sure I'm keeping that forward and away direction of the elbow, that forward and down direction of the elbow, and that I avoid pulling the arm in and getting that narrowing there. So that's the first of these movements that we're going to do with the stick. So the second of the movements we're going to do is a little more complex. If you had difficulty or trouble with the first one, just work with that until we can get that more coordinated and with a little more ease in that. Some people find they get an incredibly strong pull through the shoulders, through the arms. It can be all in different places, right through that whole shoulder girdle, through the arm to the wrist, as people do that. And so that often it will follow a pattern of sort of gripping or tightening through there. So supposing that we've got that first movement more coordinated there, then we could begin with the second one. So the second one, we're beginning in the same way, in that I have the stick sitting on my thigh, and I'm beginning in the same way to rotate the tip of the stick towards the ground. Now from here now, you can see as I'm here, I've got the palm of my hand is facing away from me, right? I'm sending the elbow forward and down here, and then I'm going to begin to rotate, and I'm actually getting the chair here. So I'm going to move slightly so that I'm a little more to the side of the chair for this one, because this chair's also got a back. Okay, so that I'm beginning to rotate the stick, and I'm going to begin to take it up my side, and I can just notice I'm beginning to lean a little to the side. This is a really common one, so that as I bring this here, I'm still keeping this length through my center as I bring the stick up and under the armpit, and I'm really keeping that elbow forward and down as I do that. And I'm really having to direct and activate through the whole of the torso for this. It's not simply just the movement of the arm, that I have to have that overall coordination there. And then from here, I'll do that a second time also. From here then I can begin to rotate. So now I'm rotating, the palm of my hand is now away from me. The elbow is down. The elbow is forward. Begin to feel a little stretch happening through here. And then again, I'm going to rotate. I'm going to rotate that movement, that hand, that movement. If you want, you can ease a little of the hand if you need to get this under here. And I'm bringing the stick under, and I'm keeping that elbow forward and down there as I'm doing that. And I'm really finding that coordination right from the feet, right the lower back. Watching for any tendency to be sinking to the side, to be dropping the ribs, or to be lifting the sternum. And then again, I'm going to reverse that movement so that I've got the stick pointing down. Okay, the tip of the stick pointing down. And then again, if I do this movement again, I'll just demonstrate what can often happen in this, is I can begin to try to get around and lift it up here. So I really want to keep this central coordination happening with the elbow moving forward and away as I do that movement, and then as I bring it down, and then I can reverse that movement and bring the stick back onto here. And it's actually quite useful in this one, before you do it, just to have a look at the two shoulders, because often what we'll find at the end of doing that, we'll often find that the shoulder has dropped somewhat, and often you've got even a little more neck here as you do that movement. So this is the procedure with the stick that we'll do up to this point. We've probably got more that we can follow up with. I haven't done it for workshops as yet, which I'll add. So I'd be interested to hear how people go with this.